This is that Lord Krishna, who is the source of all incarnations, and all these incarnations, they love all living entities. That's natural. A father loves his children. The Sukadev Goswami comes up with the question, well, Maharaj Parikshit comes up with the question, if it's equal, why does it take sides with the demigods and kills the demons if it's equal? And to explain the Lord's impartiality, that Sukadev Goswami said, yes, a long time ago, Yudhishthira Maharaj asked the same question to Narada Muni. And Narada Muni, as a demonstration of the Lord's impartiality, tells this pastime of Lord Nrsimha and Prahlad Maharaj. Because the Lord is impartial, but he reciprocates with us according to our consciousness. Everyone can develop a demonic consciousness by engaging in a mode of passion and ignorance. Or everyone has a choice to adopt a life in goodness and be peaceful. Or we can opt for a life of devotion. And Krishna will reciprocate according to our consciousness. It's our decision to become a demon or to become a devotee. And Krishna reciprocates. And we see this beautiful history of Prahlad Maharaj. That Prahlad Maharaj, he is born in a family of demons, supposed to be a demon, but he becomes a pure devotee. Means demons can become pure devotees. So this story is told by Narada Muni to Yudhishthira Maharaj, and he explained first about Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu had an inborn or enmity with Lord Vishnu. Because we know who was Hiranyakashipu in previous life. He was Jai. Jai, one of the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha. He's factually a devotee, but he comes in the garb of a demon to serve the Supreme Lord, as a servitor. He wanted to serve the Lord by giving him a good fight, because Lord Narayan, all the tendencies which are in human beings, they are also, all the tendencies that are in us are also in the Supreme Lord. So in you, Lord Narayan may want to have a good fight, but he cannot have a good fight in Vaikuntha. Therefore, Lord Narayan arranged for Jai and Vijay to perform this service, and to become the enemy for 3 lives. 3 lives, the enemy of Lord Narayan. So then, Jai and Vijay were cursed, and we know that the brother of Hiranyakashipu was Hiranyaksha, who was going all over the universe and who was going all over the universe, challenging everyone. And finally, on the appeal of the demigods, Lord Varadev appeared and killed Hiranyaksha. By that, Hiranyakasipu became the enemy of Lord Vishnu. He had a dream that Lord Vishnu could be killed, God could be killed. But he was himself immortal. So he had a plan to become immortal, and started to do austerities. And we know at the end of the austerities, he pleased Lord Brahma with his austerities, because he knew only Brahma as the creator, which he considered practically God. He did his austerities, and fire came out of his body and heated up the universe, disturbed the demigods. The demigods went to Brahma, and Brahma came and gave him benedictions. Because Hiranyakasipu asked, he asked Hiranyakasipu, what do you want? And he said, I want to become immortal. And Brahma said, I cannot give you immortality. I myself not immortal. Good, Hiranyakasipu, give me the blessings that I will not be killed during the day, during the night. That I will not be killed by any creature you have created. That give me the benediction that I will not be killed inside or outside the house or any dwelling. And by that, he asked a few more benedictions, and Brahma said, so be it. But while he was doing his austerities, his wife Caturdasi was pregnant, and the demigods were thinking she is pregnant, she will give birth to another terrible demon. So we will kidnap her, and when the child take birth, we will kill it. So they kidnapped Caturdasi, but on the way they met Narada Muni, and Narada Muni said, what are you doing? And they explained about their plan. And Narada Muni said, no, the child in our womb is a pure devotee. And the difference between the demigods and the demons is that the demigods immediately accepted the authority of Narada Muni as representative of Brahma and the Supreme Lord. And they circumambulated Caturdasi, and Narada Muni took Caturdasi to his ashram for protection. And he was teaching Caturdasi the Bhagavatam, entire Bhagavatam. And Narad and Prahlad Maharaj, who was in the womb of his mother, was hearing these teachings. And because he felt helpless and he was blessed by Narad Muni. That's important. He was blessed by Narad Muni. And by this blessing, he remembered all these teachings, although it was in the womb. Caturdasi also heard these teachings, but her heart was with her husband, not with the Bhagavatam. And it went in the ears, but not into the heart. So later, Prahlad took birth, and after Hiranyakasipu got his benedictions, he returned with a stronger body than before, very powerful. And his Prahlad was followed the teachings in the school. He was a prince. He was from the princely order, and he was with other princes and other other children of demon Kshatriyas, so-called Kshatriyas. He was educated in school. His teachers were Sanda and Amarka. Sanda and Amarka were teaching Prahlad Maharaj and all his demon friends in diplomacy, in how to rule and divide the kingdom. And Prahlad Maharaj did not like it because they made a division between friends and enemies. But he remembered the teachings of Narada Muni. And during the break in school, he was preaching to them. So one day, his mother, Caturdasi, dressed Prahlad very nicely and brought him before Hiranyakashipu, his father. And his father smelled his head, affectionately put it on his lap, and said, like a father asked his child, "But tell me the best you have learned in school." So now Hiranyakashipu was thinking he's going me to tell the best he has learned from his teacher, Sanainamarka. But no. Prahlad Maharaj was thinking, I will give my father the best that I have heard from my spiritual master. And what did he say to his father? Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandam Dasyam Sakyam Atmani Vedanam. He said, hearing about Krishna, speaking about Krishna, remembering Krishna, that Archanam, worshipping the deity of Krishna, Vandanam, that prayers to Krishna, Padasevanam, that worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord, Dasyam, being a servant of the Lord, Atmanivedanam, Sakyam Atmanivedanam, cultivating friendship with the Lord and surrender yourself to the Lord. That is the best knowledge I learned. When Hiranyakashipu heard that his son was proposing worship of Lord Vishnu, who had killed his brother Hiranyaksa, he threw him from his lap and he called his teacher, Sanainamarka, and said to Sanainamarka, is it not what you are teaching them? And they said, because they were, Sanainamarka were sons of Tukacharya, who is the spiritual master, so-called spiritual master of the demons. And but Sanainamarka said, no, we did not teach them. And Hiranyakashipu said, who is the Vaishnavas who are teaching him that in secret? You should be careful and not allow, said Vaishnavas, to approach my son. They are polluting his consciousness. And Sanainamarka said, no problem, we will take care. We will deprogram him. That we will take care. But then Prahlad Maharaj in school during the break, he started to preach to his schoolmates. And he was preaching repeating all what he had heard from his spiritual master, Narada Muni, in the womb. And he said to his schoolmates, this is transcendental knowledge. If you put faith in my words, you can also understand transcendental knowledge. And what was the result of that? All these demon friends became devotees. During the break, they were doing kirtan and so on. And when Hiranyakashipu heard this, he became very angry. He decided to kill his son. And he ordered to kill him. and they tried to throw him from a rock down from a mountain. And he fell down from the mountain on the stones, and the stones became a sponge, very soft. They tried to cook him in oil, but he had the sensation that the boiling oil was just cold. That they put him in a well with poisonous serpents who were biting, but he survived the poison. That they tried to trample him by elephants, but the elephants bowed down before him. So then Hiranyakashipu became fearful. He said, "What's happening here?" And now we come to the first verse of chapter 8, which will lead to the appearance of Lord Nrsimha and the disappearance of Hiranyakashipu. Verse 1. Narada Muni continued, all the sons of the demons appreciated the transcendental instructions of Prahlad Maharaj and took them very seriously. They rejected the materialistic instructions given by their teachers, Sanga and Amarka. When Sanga and Amarka, the sons of Sukacharya, observed that all the students, the sons of the demons, were becoming advanced in Krishna consciousness because of the association of Prahlad Maharaj, they were afraid. They approached the king of the demons and described the situation as it was. When Hiranyakashipu understood the entire situation, he was extremely angry, so much that his body trembled. Thus he finally decided to kill his son Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu was by nature very cruel, and feeling insulted, he began hissing like a snake trampled upon by someone's foot. His son Prahlad was peaceful, mild, and gentle. His senses were under control, and he stood before Hiranyakashipu with folded hands. According to Prahlad's age and behavior, he was not to be chastised, because Prahlad was 5 years old. Yet with staring crooked eyes, Hiranyakashipu rebuked him with the following harsh words. Hiranyakashipu said, a most impotent, most unintelligent disruptor of the family. O lowest of mankind, you have violated my power to rule, and therefore you are an obstinate fool. Today I shall send you to the place of Yamaraj. My son Prahlad, you rascal, you know that when I'm angry, all the planets of the three worlds tremble, along with their chief rulers. By whose power has a rascal like you become so impotent that you appear fearless and overstep my power to rule you? Prahlad Maharaj said, my dear king, the source of my strength, of which you are asking, is also the source of yours. Indeed, the original source of all kinds of strength is one. He is not only your strength or mine, but the only strength of everyone. Without him, no one can get any strength. Whether moving or not moving, superior or inferior, Everyone, including Lord Brahma, is controlled by the strength of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the supreme controller and time factor, is the power of the senses, the power of the mind, the power of the body, and the vital force of the senses. His influence is unlimited. He is the best of all living entities, the controller of the three modes of material nature. By his own power, he creates his cosmic manifestation, maintains it, and annihilates it also. Prahlad Maharaj continued, "My dear father, please give up your demoniac mentality. Do not discriminate in your heart between enemies and friends. Make your mind equipoised towards everyone. Except for the uncontrolled and misguided mind, there is no enemy within this world. When one sees everyone on the platform of equality, one comes to the position of worshipping the Lord perfectly. In former times, there were many fools like you who did not conquer the 6 enemies that steal away the wealth of the body. These fools were very proud, thinking, I've conquered all enemies in all the 10 directions, but if a person victorious over the 6 enemies and is equipoised towards all living entities, for him there are no enemies. Enemies are merely imagined by one in ignorance. Casper replied, "You rascal, you are trying to minimize my value as if you were better than me at controlling the senses. This is over-intelligent. I can therefore understand that you desire to die at my hands, for this kind of nonsensical talk is indulged by those about to die." O most unfortunate Prahlad, you have always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is a controller of everyone, and who is all-pervading. But where is he? If he's everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar? Because we are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now sever your head from your body. Now let me see your most worshipful Lord God, your most worshipful God, come to protect you. I want to see it. Being obsessed with anger, Hiranyakashipu, who was very great in bodily strength, thus chastised his exalted devotee son Prahlad with harsh words. Cursing him again and again, Hiranyakashipu took up his sword, got up from his royal throne with great anger, struck his fist against the column. Then from within the pillar came a fearful sound which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. Oh, my dear Yudhishthir, this sound reached even the abodes of the demigods like Lord Brahma. And when the demigods heard it, they thought, oh, now our planets are being destroyed. While showing this extraordinary prowess, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, heard that wonderful and tumultuous sound which had never been heard before. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demons were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in the assembly. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari exhibited a wonderful form never seen before. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. While Hiranyakashipu looked all around to find the source of the sounds, that the wonderful form of the Lord, which could not be ascertained by either a man or a lion, emerged from the pillar. In amazement, Hiranyakashipu wondered, what is this creature that is half man and half lion? Hiranyakashipu studied the form of the Lord, trying to decide who the form of Nrsimha before him was. The Lord's form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes, which resembled molten gold, his shining mane, which expanded to the dimensions of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, and his razor-sharp tongue, which moved about like a dueling sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and gaping mouth appeared like caves of a mountain. His jaws parted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short and thick, his chest broad, and his waist thin, and the hairs on his body were as white as the rays of the moon. His arms, which resembled flanks of soldiers, spread in all directions as he killed the demons, rogues, and atheists with his conch shell, disc, club, lotus, and other natural weapons. Hiranyakashipu murmured to himself, Lord Vishnu, who possesses great mystic power, has made his plan to kill me. But what is the use of such an attempt? Who can fight with me? Thinking like this and taking up his club, Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord like an elephant. Just as a small insect falls forcefully into fire and the insignificant creature becomes visible, when Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord, who was full of effulgence, Hiranyakashipu became invisible. This is not at all astonishing, for the Lord is always situated in pure goodness. Formerly, during creation, he entered the dark universe and illuminated it by spiritual effulgence. Thereafter, the great demon Hiranyakashipu, who was extremely angry, swiftly attacked Nrsimha with his club and began to beat him. Lord Nrsimha, however, captured the great demon along with his club, just as Garuda might capture the great snake. O Yudhishthir, O great son of Bharat, when Lord Nrsimha gave Hiranyakashipu a chance to slip from his hand, just as Garuda sometimes plays with a snake and lets it slip from his mouth, the demigods who had lost their abodes and who were hiding behind the clouds for fear of the demon did not consider that incident very good. Indeed, they were perturbed. When Hiranyakashipu was freed from the hands of Nrsimha, he falsely thought that the Lord was afraid of his prowess. Therefore, after taking a little rest from the fight, he took up his sword and shield and again attacked the Lord with great force. Making a loud, shrill sound of louder, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan, who is extremely strong and powerful, captured Hiranyakashipu, who was protecting himself with his sword and shield, leaving no gaps open. With the speed of a hawk, Hiranyakashipu moved sometimes in the sky and sometimes on the earth, his eyes closed because of fear of Nrsimha's slaughter. As a snake captures a mouse, or Garuda captures a very venomous snake, Lord Nrsimha captured Hiranyakashipu who could not be pierced even by the thunderbolt of King Indra. As Hiranyakashipu moved his limbs here, there, and all around, very much afflicted at being captured, Lord Nrsimha placed the demon on his lap, supporting him with his thighs. And in the doorway of the assembly, in the assembly hall, the Lord very easily tore the demon to pieces with the nails of his hands. Lord Nrsimha's mouth and mane were sprinkled with drops of blood, and his fierce eyes, full of anger, were impossible to look at. Licking the edge of his mouth with his tongue, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Nrsimha decorated with a garland of intestines taken from Hiranyakashipu's abdomen, resembled a lion that had just killed an elephant. So that is the appearance of Lord Nrsimha. Of course, the story continues after the killing of Hiranyakashipu. All the soldiers, thousands of soldiers of Hiranyakashipu are attacking Lord Nrsimha. But Lord Nrsimha finishes them all in a moment. And then it sits down on the throne of Hiranyakashipu. So why is he sitting down on the throne of a demon? Well, Hiranyakashipu is Chai, gatekeeper from Vaikuntha, a very faithful servant of Lord Narayan. Therefore, he sits down on the throne of his devotee. But he remains very angry. And all the demigods, they try to pacify him. But no way to pacify him. So Lord Brahma pushes forth Prahlad and said to Prahlad, he came for you. He came to protect you. You calm him down. And he pushed him forward. And Prahlad goes to Lord Nrsimha, offers his dandavats and prays to the Lord. And Lord Nrsimha calms down, puts him on his lap and touches his head. And then after that, Prahlad Maharaj offers beautiful prayers to Lord Nrsimha. He has been touched by Lord Nrsimha. By that, he came completely pure, and he offers prayers, beautiful prayers, which reveals the mood of a pure devotee of Krishna. A great example for us. This pastime, one of the reasons of these pastimes is that the Supreme Lord wants to reveal the nature of a pure devotee. So Prahlad is the perfect devotee, and Nrsimha and Hiranyakashipu plays the role of the perfect demon. They are difficult to go together. But now I made a PowerPoint presentation, which is on the screen now. I bring it also here on my screen. Just a moment. Yes. Will be here in a moment. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. Okay. Back to the Zoom. Share. And here. Slideshow. So next slide. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is one of these prayers of Prahlad to Lord Nrsimha. Before I comment on it, I pray to Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnana Timannasya Nrsimha Shlokam Shaksharam Militam Yenam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhuttam Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vachayani Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskachayani Dasatayani. So this is one of these prayers. Naham bibemi achitate kibayanak yanagasyam shivakanita ukutiras basukatamstra antrasarach tatchakske sharasankupkarnam niradabita dehibataribinakagat. My Lord, who are never conquered by anyone, I'm certainly not afraid of your ferocious mouth and tongue, your eyes bright like the sun, or your frowning eyebrows. I do not fear your sharp pinching teeth, your garland of intestines, your mane soaked with blood, or your high witch-like ears. Nor do I fear your tumultuous roaring, which makes elephants flee to the distant places of your nails, which are meant to kill your enemies. So, Prabhupada comments on that. It is like a cat. A cat takes the kitten in her mouth. If she takes a kitten in her mouth, or a cat takes a rat in her mouth, how will the rat feel? Not good, it's near to death. But when the kitten takes, when it takes a kitten in the mouth, it's out of love, care, affection. That is the difference. Prahlad sees Lord Nrsimha as his greatest well-wisher, as his best friend. And the demons see him as the greatest competitor. So a different feeling. Next slide. I have a different slide, but anyway. Yeah. Satyam vidatam niyavrityam basitam yaptim savet bhutes sakileshu satmanam adrisyatatya buddharupanutvam stape savayam namikam namanasam. So to prove the statement of his servant Prahlad was substantial. In other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of the assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead exhibited a wonderful form never seen before. The form was neither that of a man nor a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. So we see here that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere. There's a difference between us and the Supreme Lord. He is in his eternal abode, in his Parambam, in 821 in Bhagavad Gita it says, I'm in my eternal abode, Goloka Vrindavan, and at the same time I'm all pervading. So he's everywhere. and he can appear from everywhere. And that is what he proves here. But he appears especially to protect his devotees. So this is mentioned also in Bhagavad Gita, Parityanaya sadhunam vinasaya sadushkatam. I come to protect the devotees and kill the demons. And it was a special form because Lord Nrsimha did not, well, Hiranyakashipu got a benediction not to be killed by any man or any creature created by Brahma. So he was not a man, he was not an animal, he appeared in a specific form. He would not be killed during night or day. So he appeared during twilight in the evening. Thus, therefore, tomorrow we fast until twilight. That's the moment Hiranyakashipu was killed. And not inside and outside. He was just in the door opening of the palace. There he was killed. He was not killed on the earth or in the air. He was killed on his lap. He respected all the benedictions Brahma gave. But after these prayers, Brahma will pray. Praise the Supreme Lord, good you killed this demon. But Lord Nrsimha does say, it's good, Brahma, but never give such foolish benedictions again to a demon. They will chastise them. Next verse, 518.8. 518.8 is a verse that comes from the 5th canto. In the 5th canto, Jambudvip is described, planetary systems, and in this Jambudvip there is a part which is called, for a planet, Halifax. And in Halifax, that is where Prahlad Maharaj is now. And he's worshipping there the deity of Nrsimha. And it's in the Bhagavatam, in the 5th canto. Before the deities, if you worship the deity, every day you pray prayers to glorify the deity. And he has 2 prayers for glorifying the Lord Nrsimha. And that's the first one. And he prays, Om Namo Bhagavate Nrsimhaya Namaste Aset Abhiravir Bhava Vachanaka Vachadam Sikamasam Randaya Tamurachar Saum Svaha Abhayamatmani Bhusta Om Skam. I offer my respectful obeisance unto Lord Nrsimha, the source of all power. Oh, my Lord, you possess nails and teeth just like thunderbolts. Kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruitive activities in this material world. Please appear in our heart and drive away our ignorance, so that by your mercy we can become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. Srila Prabhupada explains in a lecture, this is how devotees should learn to pray to Lord Nrsimha. Like Prahlad Maharaj, I have so many material attachments in my heart. Lord Nrsimha, please, you have these sharp nails, go into my heart and take them all away. Take them all away. What is a hindrance, an obstacle between you and me? But that requires courage to pray like that. Because we should have the courage to pray like that. Because mostly we want to give up our material attachment, but not right now. I still want to do that. But we should become serious in spiritual life and pray today to the Supreme Lord Nrsimha. Please take away this material attachment, remove them from our hearts. Let's show that we are serious in our devotional service. That Krishna consciousness is not just our religion. I have my life and I have my religion. No, that Krishna consciousness must become your life. That there is no difference between work or whatever you do in Krishna consciousness. So we should learn to preach, to pray like that. I have a lot of stories of devotees who did that, and the results are amazing. But we must really be ready for it and have the courage to be ready for it. Next, Prahlad Maharaj teaching his schoolmates, and yes, we discussed that a few days ago in the first home program. We had that Prahlad Maharaj teaching his schoolmates, Kamra achet pakyo dharman bharvatami in tulbam samchamyam tapya dhruvan aftadam. Prahlad Maharaj says to his schoolmates, you should cultivate this Bhagavad Dharma, which is the real Dharma, or the Dharma of the spirit soul, the real constitution of the spirit soul. Yes, the spirit soul is part of Krishna and therefore is servant of Krishna. So you should, from the Kamara age, 5 years old, you should practice Krishna consciousness. Learn this Bhagavad Dharma and practice it. By that, at the end of life, yam yam smapi brahmam, dayanta ante kalebram, tantam avete kantya satatat bhava bhavatat. Krishna says, whatever you remember at the time of your state of consciousness, at the time of death, will determine your next life. And at the last moment of your life, your whole life comes before you. That many have got near-death experience. They say, my whole life came before me. And you will be attached at the time of death what you have been attached to during your life. If you have been attached to Krishna during your life, you will think of Krishna. If Krishna consciousness is just your religion, and you come once a week, one hour to the temple, Krishna consciousness, this will not happen. You must practice it every moment and learn that from a spiritual master. So that's very important, that this teaching of Prahlad Maharaj, this is one verse, 40, 50 verses in the teaching. Please read them. Very nice. So this is a beautiful picture of Prahlad Maharaj and his schoolmates on the screen, that during the break is teaching them. Next slide. Then Hiranyakashipu decided to kill his son. Here is falling from a rock down, but the stones become soft. The Lord protects his devotee. Here is boiled in cooking oil, but it is like cold for him. Here it's put into a well with poisonous snakes, but he survives. Trampled by an elephant, but elephant would not trample Prahlad, trying to be pierced by lances. That here next, Hiranyakashipu is throwing Prahlad from his lap after he said Shravan Kirtanam Vishnu Smanam Patsevnam Arshan Vandam Dasam Sakyam Atmani. Next slide. The appearance of Lord Nrsimha from the pillars. Hiranyakasipu is completely amazed and studying the form. Then next one. Now we have pictures of different deities of Nrsimha. Next. Yeah. Just wait a minute. Yeah. Next one. Here, this is a picture of Hiranyakasipu fighting, of Lord Nrsimha. We have so many pictures, different forms, that, yeah, just wait a minute. Yeah, here he's flying in the air, that Lord Hiranyakasipu trying to attack. Next, yeah, here, the same. Next one, that's the traditional picture we have usually on the altar. We have met with Lord Nrsimha with the garland of intestines coming from the abdomen of Hiranyakasipu. Next, yeah, with different forms. Next one, here, yeah. So all authentic pictures. Next one. Yeah, next one. Next one. Next one. There's a pillar broken. Yeah. The next one. Yeah. Next. Yeah, this is in somewhere in India. I cannot remember the name now, a festival. And we see Lord Nrsimha and killing Hiranyakasipu. Yeah. Next one. So, okay. Go next. Next. Here, Lord Nrsimha is killing all the soldiers. After he killed Hiranyakasipu, all these soldiers attack him. So with his many arms, that takes a few moments only. And then he sits down next. Sit down on the throne of Lord Nrsimha, of Hiranyakasipu, and Prahlad Maharaj is offering him a garland that, yeah, it's very strange for mundane people. The son is offering a garland to the murderers of his father. It's difficult to understand. And they used that picture against us once in a court case in the United States. Look, their religion, they are offering, this is devotee, and he's offering a garland to the killer of his father. What kind of religion is this? But of course, they don't know the entire story and who that personality really is. So next, here Prahlad is pushed forward by Brahma and says, "You calm him down," and is going up to Lord Nrsimha. Next, yeah. Next one, interesting. These are very interesting representations of Lord Nrsimha. Next one, there's a very sweet one, touching Prahlad, that different mode. Next one, here also. Next. No, next one is a verse. Next. This verse is an important verse. That this is the because Prahlad Maharaj is in Halifax, and in Halifax he worships the deity of Lord Nrsimha, and he prays two verses. The second verse we have already discussed, Namaste Atyasya Bhava Vachanaka Vachadam. But this is the first verse. After 9/11, 2001, when the Twin Towers in New York were falling down, after that there was a meeting with all the religions who were praying for peace at that place. All religions were invited, and also our movement. And so representative of our movement went, and he was praying this verse for the peace of all the people. And that is Svastas Patyastu Vispasya Kala Patidam Dayam Bhutani Shivam Mitodiyam Manasabadram Pachata Adoksaye Avasyatam no Matirapahaituke. May there be good fortune throughout the universe, and may all envious persons be pacified. May all living entities become calm by practicing Bhakti Yoga, for accepting devotional service. They will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us all engage in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Sri Krishna, and always remain absorbed in thought of Him. So we are praying also today for the peace in this world, which is very much threatened by so many adverse forces. But so we are praying that Krishna will make them peaceful in the heart, that they will think of worship of God instead of fighting for a land which does not belong to them. Hare Krishna. Next verse. Next slide. Yeah. Here, now we have a number of pictures. Next one. Yeah, can go on. Next one. Next one. There's a beautiful deities. Next one. Yeah, next one. Next one. And then the next one is in Karnataka, India. Next one. Yeah. Next. I don't remember all the places. Next. This is a picture with all Nrsimha deities in India. And many. Next. And this in Ahola, I think. It's Vishakhapatnam. A beautiful temple of Nrsimha. I've been there in South India. Very beautiful temple. Yeah. Next. This is the deity, Nrsimha. Yeah, next. And next. Beautiful. Next one. Yeah, this is New Vrindavan, of course. Nrsimha. Yeah. Next. Next. Next, then we have Germany. This is in Bavaria, the Löwen Temple in Germany. That every year we have festivals there. Tomorrow there will be a big festival in Nrsimha, etc. Yeah, beautiful. If you have the occasion, if you go to Germany, please don't miss it. Visit. Next. Yeah. Yeah, this is in Mayapur. No. Yeah, next one is Bangalore. Bangalore. And then Mayapur. Next one. Lord Nrsimha in Mayapur. In all its glories. And this next one is during the flood in Mayapur. So even during the flood, they were doing the puja. You see the hand with the flower. I think that one of the pujaris was standing offering flowers, and there came a big serpent and circumambulated 3 times Lord Nrsimha, and then disappears just before him. He was praying for that. So yeah, yes, yeah. Next one. Then we have a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nrsimha Jai Nrsimha Jai Jai Nrsimha Radesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Vindhyam. All glories to Nrsimha, all glories to Nrsimha, who is the Lord of Prahlad Maharaj, and like a honeybee, is always engaged in beholding the lotus-like face of the goddess of fortune. So next, thank you very much. That was my presentation. Any questions, comments? Okay, then we continue with the next part of our program. Srila Prabhupada ki, Lord Nrsimha ki.